Hello, hello, and welcome to episode 4 of your favorite podcast, Dating, Dogs, and Dumb Fucks. I am your favorite hostess, Mob Boss Anastasia, and to my left is the wonderful and talented
Zedicus, the dog prodigy king. Thank you guys. How are you? What's going on? How you been?
I'm good.
Yeah?
You know, trying to escape this heat, living my best life.
Man, it's so hot. I'm sweating like a whore in church.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. It's been in the 90s all week here in Los Angeles, and my AC is extremely tired at this point.
I know. Yeah. No, it's okay. So we're going to start, guys, with spoiled dog test. So the more you say yes to this, and it's funny because I was just, as I made my list, I was thinking about you, Anastasia. If you had a dog, you would be guilty of all these.
Especially if the dog is small and cute. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all of these. And small dogs are usually more, they get away more with this.
Yeah, because they're cute.
Yeah, but even cuteness wears off with bad habits, right? It's kind of like dating. Like, fuck this, no more of this. I can't take this no more. No, I'm done. I don't care how cute you are. I don't care how hot you are. I can't. So it's kind of like that with dogs too. All right, so check this out. Now, no matter who you hire, guys, no matter how good the expert is, spoiled dogs are usually more difficult. They're more rebellious. They turn more aggressive. They ignore commands. Why? Because the dog's like, whatever. I can get away with it. I don't care. I can get away with it. I mean, this is where it comes, and this will make you think, it'll make you laugh, like, wow, I never looked at it that way. Most of you guys listening to this, most of you, this is the case with your dog. The dog like, I can get a treat whenever I want. I get a petting and a massage whenever I want. I follow you room to room whenever I want. I can come in whenever I want. I can go out whenever I want. I jump on you whenever I want. I sleep next to you whenever I want. Get on the couch whenever I want. I come to you if and when I want to. I drag you wherever I want. I will bark whenever I want. I shut up whenever I want. I'll sit if I want to, if you have a treat, and if not, I'll let whoever guests, come in whenever I want. And if I feel like I don't like him no more, even if I let him in, I'll bark at him, I'll chase him, I'll growl at him, I'll bite him. Does that remind you anyone?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of dogs like that.
Exactly. And that's because usually they're spoiled, guys. Most dogs are spoiled. Most dogs are spoiled not in modern world, not in third world countries. Third world countries, the dog's outside, or like whatever, and it's a big dog. But small dog, usually, they get away with these things. So let's go over some questions. So the more you say yes to these guys, the more the dog's spoiled, and I'll go over why that is, right? So the first one is, does the dog sleep on a bed with you? If the dog sleeps on a bed with you guys, they think they're equal to you. So when a dog thinks they're equal to you, they don't listen to you. So the best spot in your house is your bed and your couch. So I tell my clients, let the dog on the bed or on the couch on command. So if you go in our room and you find your dog on the bed, say off, let them know, like, I'll let you on the couch, on the bed, when I say so. That's really the case for small dogs a lot. You would do that, huh? For a small dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, why not? Yeah, and I would too, probably. I would too, if I didn't know about dog training, dog psychology. So I just got a call 2 days ago. I'm going to do the lesson tomorrow. Nice family. They have a lab and a Yorkie. Lab, guys, lab. So I've worked I probably trained over 200 labs in my career. It's a very common breed. The Yorkie always slept on the bed. They're best of friends. And the Yorkie got on the bed. They have their regular routine. The dogs are going to bed. The Yorkie got on the bed to sleep. The lab grabbed the Yorkie and just keep shaking it like a rag doll, like try to kill it.
Oh my God, why would he do that?
So the dog, this is what's happening. The lab's like, I don't care. I know you've been here first. I don't want you next to mom and dad. That's it. I'm gonna, kill you. I'm gonna get rid of you. You're my competition. The poor Yorkie is in the vet with broken jaw.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that extreme, guys. Now I know you may say, well, that's, bullshit. I always had dogs on the bed. There was no problem. I'm not saying every dog that's on the bed, guys, that will become aggressive. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying every dog that's on the bed will turn on you. But most of the time, ask yourself, Is the dog sleep on the bed? And these other questions I'm gonna go over, other topics, other points that will make you think, like, this is where I went wrong. Spoiled dogs, guys, just like spoiled kids and spoiled adults, they don't listen. They don't listen. They challenge you, they test you, they play dumb, they turn on you. So it's the same thing with dogs. So the Yorkie's fine, but they were shocked. Like, they're best of friends, blah, blah, blah. It's like the dog doesn't care, like, I know we're best of friends. I've been patient. Now I want to be on the bed. I don't want you on the bed no more. So people don't snap all the time. Sometimes people snap out of nowhere. You don't see it coming. But with this case, it's hard because labs usually don't do that. I also seen 2 golden retriever attack a German shepherd. They were mauling the shepherd. So you don't always think like that, but that's the case usually, as the dog was spoiled. All right, so here are the questions. Do you mix canned food with your dog's food? If you mix any canned food, any broth, any human food, anything, the dog's spoiled. You would do that, huh?
Of course. I mean, logically speaking, I'm not a dog owner, but if you give the dog cooked food, it's better for him than dog food, because dog food has certain ingredients.
That makes them spoiled. The dog begs at the table, they stop eating. So I tell my clients, stick with kibbles, stick with dry food, but change the flavor. You can give it human food sometimes, guys, as a surprise, but never mix it with their food. Never when you feed them. See, you got to be smart about it. Another one, do you cook for the dog? Like, you totally cook for the dog. It's not just like you give it your food, you just totally cook for the dog. Most likely the dog is spoiled.
Oh, I know people that do that.
Yeah, the dog lives better than me. Yep. Another one is, do you even have a collar on your dog? Spoiled dogs usually don't wear a collar. They're like, oh, I don't like the tag. I don't like the jiggling. He was itching it. It messes up his fur, his coat. So dogs are just kind of walking around naked. The more you have a collar on the dog, the more they like kind of listen, because they know you can grab him by the collar, you can restrain him. So a lot of times if your dog's not wearing a collar, the dog is spoiled. I know you may say, well, just walk it. Whenever I take him for a walk, I'll put that on him. Or I'll take him to the vet. Well, I'm just telling you. That's one of the signs the dog is spoiled. All right, the other one is... Do you use a harness? So harnesses restrain a dog. And I'll go over a little bit more on this topic. And people say, well, I don't want him to choke himself. That's because he's not trained. Trained dogs don't drag you. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they say, well, I don't want him to choke himself. That's because he's not taught to walk well on a leash. So harnesses restrain a dog, guys. It doesn't train
But
them.
I'm just curious. When would you need a harness besides the obvious? Like, I don't know if you take them into
Question.
grocery store.
If you're using a skateboard, you can get on a skateboard, let the dog drag you. When you sitting in the back of, when you're driving, the dog's sitting in the back seat. You don't want him to go all over the place. You can use a harness. If you want him to use a sled, like you want him to pull you, I'm not kidding you. Like sled dog, they're kind of put on something that's like a harness, but usually no, there's no reason. The dog, if the dog's pulling you constantly, that means the dog's not trained. The dog wants to be in the front. It's just no reason for a harness. But almost everyone uses a harness. Almost everyone, Another one is, do you avoid going anywhere because you feel bad? Your dog will hate you. You don't even go on vacations. You think the dog will have a heart attack. At the kennel, the dog will have a heart attack. You always have someone come by. You would do something like that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. Well, I know someone that went on vacation and left her dog for 2 weeks at a kennel, and the dog had severe anxiety issues. It was never the same after that.
That rarely happens, by the way. That rarely happens where the dog never been the same again, unless something extreme happened. So nowadays, people, they have cameras, you can see the dog. But what happens, people's like, oh, he looks sad, he looked depressed, I don't know if he ate. Well, the dog will be fine. As long as they drink water, they may lose some weight, but they'll be fine. They'll be fine. A lot of times people see that in the camera, they ruin their vacation. Like, dogs are tougher than you realize. It's the people.
So that's another question. How long can a dog go without eating? Just drinking water?
Like us, water is, air is few minutes, water is few days, food is weeks. You can live without food for weeks. Like, you can live without food for 2 months.
Wow. And a dog too?
A dog can, homeless dogs don't eat every day, right? They don't eat twice a day. Yeah, they can live long time, guys. Dogs are way tougher than you realize. This another one is people say I gotta hand feed the dog, otherwise the dog doesn't eat.
Oh my God. Come on. That's
I'm not
ridiculous.
kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Remember Alex, right? Alex's girlfriend said like, "Oh, we have to feed the dog. He's with my hand, otherwise he won't eat." Like that's a spoiled dog, and it's a loss of ops or something. Right there. I mean, imagine that.
No, because then you can't even leave the dog. Let's say you have to go for a few hours and you put some food in their little bowl and then they're not going to eat because you don't feed them. That's ridiculous.
See, that's when the dog toy trained you.
Yeah.
The dog like, I'll wait, But that's because he can. So the solution is you pick up the food and put it down again 8 hours later. The dog should know it's not decoration. It's not decoration. It's food.
So it's a bad idea to leave the bowl out all day.
It is. Because if the dog sees all the time, they don't respect it. They don't respect food coming. Like I can eat it whenever, and their teeth goes bad because they're still kind of snacking. So if you feed the dog twice a day, that's the same with canned food. It's not healthy for them because they get bad breath.
Well, you don't want to leave canned food out; it gets nasty. But
well, they eat the canned food usually, but some dogs don't eat it right away. But what I'm saying is, if you leave the food down all the time, the dog still snacks here and there. And if you feed the dog all day, you're feeding the bacteria all day. The dog's teeth got to be brushed, guys, every day like ours. But you got to take your dog to dental cleaning. And not everyone does that. Like, you got to do that annually. Every year, once a year, you got to take the dog for dental cleaning. Because then they get bad breath, and then the bacteria travels to their heart, the liver, and kidney, and makes the dog life shorter.
So people have to brush their dog's teeth every day?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, their toothpaste that is peanut butter flavor. Yeah, people don't even brush their teeth.
I know, right? And
I dated a girl, and she had good teeth too, and she just would not brush her teeth at nighttime. She would just fall asleep on the couch.
Yeah, that's really gross.
Yeah, I would always tell her, like, come on, brush your teeth. And then, one time she got mad at me. I was like, oh my God, okay, yeah. That, like, was interesting to me. It's like, I don't know but she didn't have bad breath. That's because she was vaping. So
yeah, another wonderful habit.
I know. All right, another one. Moving on, guys. Do you think that you have to have treat in your hand in order for your dog to listen? So some people say, well, you won't sit without a treat. I gotta pretend I have a treat. I gotta hold my finger together. The dog is spoiled. The dog's like, what's in it for me? Whatever, man. Well, why? Why should I sit just because like that? So again, on our side, the dog is spoiled. Does your dog stalk you? Goes room to room? That's a spoiled dog. I know you may say, but that's out of love, he misses me, like the dog wakes up. Even if you go in a bathroom, you can't even sit on a toilet. The dog scratches, whines. You're leaving the door wide open as you're dumping. Think about it. You're peeing and pooping, the door's wide open, you can't take a shower, the dog's whining. That's a spoiled dog.
Yep.
Most likely the dog's sleeping on a bed with you. Most of the time the dog is, you take it with you everywhere, in the car. It's a spoiled dog. The dog has separation anxiety. Another one is, do you always justify it when your dog makes a mistake? When the dog barks, lunges, snaps, attacks? Do you say, oh, it was that dog. Oh, it was hot that day. Oh, he wasn't himself. Oh, he doesn't like those kids. You would say something like that, remember?
Yeah, of course.
That dog deserved it.
Yeah.
That dog deserved it, yeah. So again, she has a toy poodle. That's why she's saying that. So Boo Boo is a small dog, really cute, very friendly, not aggressive.
She's not my dog. She's my friend's dog. But I have
Godmother.
her. Yeah, I have the dog like 50% of the time. And to
Exactly.
me, she's perfect. So if she barks at another dog, that means the other dog deserved it. But she's a really good dog. She is.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. See, I've noticed if a dog is well-mannered, guys, people don't hire me. So if the dog is polite, a polite dog, usually people don't hire me. So polite dog and a trained dog is different. A polite dog, usually they don't bark nonstop, they don't growl, they don't snap. If they bark and growl, they don't bite. If they take off, they come back when you call them. They don't cause chaos, commotion. They're not unpredictable. Yeah, they may not sit that good, they may not stay that good, they may not heel that good, but they're cool, chill dogs. Those people don't hire me. It's rare when someone says, you know what, Zedekis, everything's good, we just want them to heal.
Yeah.
No, I'm too expensive just for heel. I am like a lot of times people are like when they call me, it's just like when shit hit the fan. People are like cannot do it. I'm embarrassed. There's argument over this dog. We're fighting. There's crying. The dog bit the other dog. The dog bit the neighbors. The dog bit the little Johnny. Little Johnny's getting humped. Humping too, guys, by the way. If a small dog or big dog humps you, that means that dog is spoiled. The dog's saying, I'm in charge. Humping means I'm in charge. Like, I'm the boss. I'm running the show. So humping is another sign. Even female dogs do it to each other. They do it to company. They do it to kids. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Not everyone knows that. Like, why are they humping? Yeah, you don't always see an erection. It's just dominance, right? All right, the other one is: do you find? Well, actually, we already discussed that. Yeah. Do you have your dog fixed or not? So if your dog is not spayed or neutered, the dog's most likely spoiled. So a lot of time people say, "Well, I don't want to neuter him. I may breed him or something." Guys, whenever you fix a dog, whenever they're fixed, they're calmer. They're not unpredictable. After a year old, you can fix the dog, especially a male dog. So when they have their testicles out, and guys always say that, oh, my husband doesn't want it, my boyfriend, like, say, it's not about your testicles. We're talking about the dog's balls. We're not gonna deal with testicular cancer. So dogs are fixed usually, and I have people that they get cosmetic balls installed in a dog.
Why?
I don't know. Like, you have a dog that they get marbles. They go the special places that do that, and they surgically install like fake testicle in the dog.
What does that do for the dog?
I have no idea, and that's a good point, because when you go to a dog park, people see a dog with their balls hanging like that, they get kind of nervous. Like, oh my God, that's a big dog with big balls showing up. He's not fixed. Why is he in a dog park? So it creates this tension. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like, I don't know why people do that, but that's another thing that they always, men always challenge that. Like, no, I don't want to fix the dog. Oh, I want to breed him. Guys, you're not going to find time to breed the dog. A lot of time people say, oh, and the dog's aggressive. They say, I want to breed the dog. Like, I don't think he wants to fuck the other dog. He wants to kill the other dog.
Oh my God.
You dumb fuck. So that's the dumb fuck right there. No, I want to breed him. Like, okay, unless you're going to go jerk him off and get his sperm.
Okay.
Yeah, they do that. They
do
say
that?
like, yeah. Like, this vet was saying that to one of my clients. Like, here, I'm going to show you, you can collect the specimen. And my client said, no, it's okay. I'll bring him here.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to do that.
You can jerk him off for me.
I did not need to know that.
I know. Hey, it's what comes with the field, right? Let's see. Okay, so a lot of times people say, well, you gotta let the dog know you're the alpha dog. You gotta let them know you're the top dog. You brought that up.
Yeah.
Guys, dogs know we're not dogs. So if you want to let the dog know you're somewhat kind of try to trick him, you're a dog, you gotta do these stupid things. Bark back at the dog. Outbark your dog. Pee all over your dog's bed or their crate. The dog's like, what happened? Pee on their pee. Whenever they pee, run and pee on their pee in the backyard.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not. Slam the dog on their back whenever you feel like it. Throw some treats on the ground, or throw some bone toys, and then beat your dog to it whenever the dog comes near it. Beat him to it and go like that. That's a maybe for a second. The dog will like, what's going on with mommy?
Oh my
She's
God.
turning into a dog. So, if you think about it, guys, look at it this way. Ask yourself, are you really pampering your dog to extreme? And if the answer is yes, that's one of the reasons your dog's defiant. The dog's like, I could bite 10 people, I will still be on your lap. That's another thing, if the dog's always on your lap. You're petting the dog all night just for being alive. Your poor husband could use a foot massage, but Roxy gets a, belly rub all night. One hand is on a remote, one hand petting the dog all the time, nonstop. So all these things, guys, makes the dog think like, I'm running the show, I'm the one in control. And they don't listen. So whenever you go to an expert, I don't care how good they are, the more spoiled the dog is, the more challenging it's going to be.
Interesting. Very interesting. You brought up a lot of cool facts.
Yeah, so those are the things you got to think about. So let's switch gears now. So let's talk. We kind of talked about dating last one. I know about different topics. So you've been on a lot of dates. You said 100 dates?
Yeah, I actually have been on many, many dates, and let me talk about my experiences. So
Yeah, we're gonna go over good dates, so you guys don't think we're all about
I am
negative.
going to talk about good dates. So I made a big mistake. I made a big mistake when I was separated around the time, I separated and then later divorced. I thought that I would quickly meet someone, get remarried, go on with my life. I never realized that I wasn't healed, that I wasn't looking in the right places, and that it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be.
So you don't believe in rebound, all that thing?
There is something like rebound when you just like literally you're not ready, you just got divorced, you just left them, and the next day you go out. I've met men like that, and that's not fair to the woman. It just isn't, because
But see, here's how I look at it. So the way I look at it, because when I broke up, it was tough. So I wanted to move on. I wanted to not think about it. And I would answer the question. Women would ask, like, okay, when was your last relationship? When did you break up? And I would say 2 months. Like, oh my God, I don't want to be a rebound. And I was new to the dating world. Like, what is that? Like, so you rather me be in misery, feel sorry for myself, drink, drown myself in alcohol, like
No.
be suicidal and all that, instead of getting back on a
they
horse?
don't want to be that one. That's like
But I never.
it's when
I'm
you
not that
open
kind
up
of
like a
person.
tape dispenser, the first piece of tape you have to throw away,
Uh-huh.
So no woman wants to be that particular piece of tape.
This is experienced tape. Really knows, is family oriented.
Yeah.
It's been.
And to answer your question, I feel like certain people don't rebound. So
Yeah.
like when I started dating, I had emotionally checked out way
Right.
before I actually left. For 5 years, it was just, autopilot. So
Right.
when I started dating, the first guy that I dated after my ex-husband, to me, that wasn't a rebound because I was emotionally ready to move on. Some people, it takes them forever to do that.
But if you're talking to a guy on a dating site, right? We're both on dating site, and he says that, okay, my last relationship was 2 months ago. You wouldn't give him a chance?
No, I would. It just depends.
But that's rebound, right?
Not
I don't know
necessarily.
I don't know how long is rebound. Is
So
there a
I
time
think
frame?
it's more like you just got out of a long relationship. But let's say you dated someone for 6 months and it didn't work out, and you took a 2-month break.
Right.
That's different. I don't want to be the first woman you date after you left your wife of 30 years.
I see what you're saying, but
It all depends on the guy, because-
so what do you want the poor guy to do then?
Well, I mean, you gotta. First of all, you should wait a little bit. Some people are ready.
What's the time frame? How long?
Wait a couple of months.
Well, this is what I meant, after 2 months.
Yeah, or date those. Just go on dates. Let the woman know that I just got out of a relationship. I'm not looking for anything serious. If you tell the woman that and she doesn't believe you or doesn't want to believe you, that's on her. But at least you told her that. Okay?
Yeah, see, you're teaching men to lie right there. Because if they see
They're
that,
not lying.
I know, but if you tell the guy, like, oh, rebound few times, they hear that, then they're gonna lie, like, yeah, last relationship was a year ago. And then, like, okay,
That's up
he's
to
fully
them.
healed, he's ready to rock and roll.
But that's up to the man. So with that being said, what I want to tell the listeners is that you cannot treat dating like a job. And that's what I did. I am the kind of person, I'm a go-getter. So if I want something, I will work for it.
Yeah.
And what I realized almost 7 years later is that there is absolutely nothing you can do to meet a man and get him to fall in love with you. You can't force it. It has to happen naturally.
Yeah, that's true.
And people say, well, if you put yourself out there, you make your chances greater, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I agree.
in a way, that's right. In a way, that's right. Obviously, you'll meet more people going out on dates than sitting at home on your couch, obviously. But what's meant to be is meant to be. I know people that say, I'm not on dating sites. And believe me, I personally think dating sites are horrible. I cannot stand them. I can only be on for like a few weeks and then I leave. Dating sites are absolute, for women, they're horrible. For men, they're great.
No, they're not. They're not great for men.
It's better for men because men no longer have to worry about approaching women and asking them out.
No, it's not working because they have so many options. I'm not doing great. I mean, we're good friends. Do you even know when was last time I was on a date?
Oh, probably a while ago. A couple of weeks ago.
No, it hasn't been it's been probably 2 months.
When was the last time I went on a date? I don't even remember. Oh, it wasn't that long ago, actually.
Yeah, not 2 weeks ago. No, it's been at least 2 months. The thing is, guys, a lot of times what happens is women say, like, I want a traditional, I'm traditional, I want to meet someone through a friend, my job, coffee shop, grocery store, library. I get it, clubs. I get it. Of course, those are the best way, of course. But I'm telling you, if you're on a dating, so I learned what not to do and what not to say also the more dates I went on. But I've also learned some good stuff that I wouldn't have learned if I didn't go on a date. Like, for example, the gas saving thing, right? I learned that from a date.
Well, but those are things you learn from women because, as you say, women are nicer, women are kinder. You find out, through conversation, this person works in the automotive industry. She gives you a tip. This person works as a hairstylist. She tells you to use that. Those are little things.
No. What I'm saying is, even a place like, okay, I didn't know about this restaurant.
That's the main thing.
To date. I think that's better than sitting on the couch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, I have acid reflux, and this dates, like she said, like, this is the kind that I've been taking as prescription, way stronger. Like, oh my God, I never thought I would find that out. I've been taking Nexium and Pepcid and Tums. Hers really, I just happened to learn from a date. So, like a cool water filter, like, you would not get it. Like, so what I'm saying is, people are very resourceful. Of course, there will be bad dates. Of course, some will make great stories. But our job is to, not job, our mission here is to give you some good dating tips and also make you laugh some nightmares.
Yeah.
But most of them won't be good dates. Sorry.
No, they won't. And so I talked about why I went on so many dates because I thought I am going to put myself out there. I went through a period, I went on 3 dates a day, every day for 2 weeks. My friends are like, where are you, Anastasia? We miss you. Where are you? I easily would go on 3 dates on the weekends. I mean, I really, really was doing this like a job. It was
now
my
be
second
honest,
job.
you got those from the dating site.
Yeah, obviously it was from the date. How else, But the point is, what happened there? What I learned from this is that quality beats quantity every time.
Yeah.
And so, having been on, I'm sure I've been on way more than 100 dates, probably close to 200. And what I've learned is that you shouldn't go on every single date. You shouldn't go on a date if you have nothing to do. You shouldn't go on a date if you like them 5 or 10%. It is better to get to know someone, and I'm not saying talk to a guy for 3 months and then go on a date, but really, really vet the people you're going out with. And I get it, it's hard. I have a really hard time finding men on sites that I like even enough to go out with on a date. And sometimes as I'm driving there, I'm like, oh God, I don't want to go,
I know. I even tell her that sometimes, like, do you really think that's worth your driving time? And sometimes, like, I don't know. See, this is one of the reasons last date I went on was 2 months ago. I matched up with people. I don't like them that much. If they fell off, I unmatched. I don't know what it is with women. Sometimes they like to collect dicks. I don't know. Like, okay, like, we have the same problem. Like, talk, say something. We're a match. I'm not going to keep kissing your ass.
Yeah. No, and I mean, the problems that we have as women. We match up and a guy doesn't even bother to say hello. But the thing is, I would be like, okay, fine. I'm going to go on a date. You never know, because I have actually been on dates where I'm like, I don't like this guy. There was a guy that I went out with 2-3 years ago. I really didn't want to go. But I went, and he and I are friends. Nothing ever happened between us. I see him once in a while, and he's not a bad guy, and we're friends. It doesn't usually happen that way. Most men on the dating sites, they won't be friends with you. It just doesn't happen.
See, that's another thing. I don't have female friends. I don't. Anna's the one. That's it. The only female friend I have is I'm working with her. Is Anastasia. What I'm trying to say is, if a guy has a female friend, it's either that he wants to have sex with that person, or they had sex, or they're, I don't know, maybe the guy is gay. I don't know, but guys usually don't do that. So any guy that wants to go stay friend with you, you get a question of like, really, they want to be friend, or they want to do.
There are guys that
I'm having a stroke, guys.
Yeah, no. There are guys that I have dated in the past. We did stuff, and now we're friends. That's
Right.
okay. That can happen.
That can happen, but believe me, they still want to have that opportunity if and when that,
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if I were hideous looking, no guy would even want to be my friend. Because when you tell a guy, let's be friends, and this is true, in the back of his mind, he's like, okay, well, one day she might get drunk or she'll be sad. I'll give her a shoulder to lean on, the eggplant, bomb. There you go. It comes out. So
eggplant, huh?
yeah,
Wow.
the eggplant emoji,
Wow.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is that no matter how much you put yourself out there, it's better than staying home. I try to go to every party. I try to go everywhere where I'm invited, because you never know. But don't go on every date. I was wrong. I'm telling you now. Why I am telling you this is because I became disillusioned. I became hardened. I didn't trust anyone because I was lied to 1,000 different ways by 1,000 different guys. I saw the worst of men.
Yeah.
And now I have no patience. One little thing that I don't like, and you know what happens, block. A guy doesn't talk to me right. He doesn't respond. This. I have no patience because I've already been through all of this.
See, a lot of women say that there's so many matches they have to go through. They have to, like, oh, this guy wishes, no, and just that process alone takes at least an hour. Like, all of a sudden you see 80 likes.
I know. I've had that all the time. And the thing is, like, the longer so consider yourself, imagine.
They say it's like a part-time job.
Yeah, it is. It's a part-time job. You're a house. You're real estate as a woman, right? The longer you're on the market, you lose value. So I would never stay on a dating site more than 2 or 3 weeks, because the first few days you're going to get bombarded with likes, and then you'll see after the second, third week, it's dead. Nobody likes you. And as a woman, you're like, oh my God, nobody likes me.
And
what
you
the
know,
hell?
it's like it's 70% the same people, the serial daters.
Yeah. And they have old photos and they have their profile, I'm new here. When I first started dating, when I was in the Bay Area, I had a friend that was recently married. She'd been on a bunch of dates. She met all these guys. And she sat there with me. Oh God, no. This guy, he's lying. He says, just new to the dating world. That was 10 years ago. So, I mean, you end up, and it's true, they're all the same people, and you block them, you go on another site, they find you. It's like, oh my God, how many times do I
So
have
you don't like those guys? I'm fun guy, no kids, I'm fun guy.
Oh, don't even start with
So
that.
what are the questions you hate whenever they ask you?
Okay, so men, if you care, pay attention. There are 3 questions that I absolutely detest when
And
someone
I don't
asks
think
me.
it's just you. This has to
Maybe
be all women.
I'm strange. So number 1, I absolutely hate this. When a guy asks me, so, having any luck on this dating site?
Like, wait, the fuck am I here, man?
That enrages me. And let me tell you why. Some of you listening will be like, what's wrong with that? Here's my question to you. Why the fuck do you even care how my dating is doing? Are you on here to ask me how it's going for me? What are you, a mystery shopper on Tinder?
No, obviously it's not going well. Why are you on your dating
No,
site?
don't
How would
ask
you
me
be happily married
stupid-ass
or whatever,
questions.
right?
Yeah, don't ask me stupid
that's a
questions
given,
like
yeah.
how it's going for me. Ask me about me. Ask me.
Well, that is about you.
No.
And remember I told you, just say, yeah, you're having great. You have lots of luck, lots of men, but you stop saying that.
Yeah, because they know I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
We all know, we all hate it, right? Don't ask a woman how it's going. Ask her about her, what she likes, what she doesn't like. Get to know her. Don't talk about stupid shit. Ask her. Don't ask her how it's going on the dating site. You shouldn't even care about that.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. That's none of your concern.
Okay.
Second question, what are you looking for? A guy that asks you what are you looking for,
Exactly.
he doesn't want to give you shit. He wants to take.
No, he wants to
take.
fuck. He
Yeah.
wants to fuck.
Yeah.
That's it.
Otherwise, because every woman has a relationship. There'll be one out of 1,000
Yeah.
that says something casual. And even she wants a relationship. She just puts it there to get more likes. Okay? What is... Okay, so there was a third
What do you
one.
like to do for fun?
Oh,
Eh,
that wasn't one of the ones that drove
come
me
on,
nuts.
come on.
I don't
If they
like
ask-
that. Yeah, I don't like what they ask
What
me.
do you like to do for fun? Am I included?
You do. Did it ever occur that if you're married for a long time and you have kids, you don't really have a lot of time to cultivate hobbies? As opposed to my favorite never married, no kid bachelor that gets to do archery and fencing and underwater basket weaving. So yeah, I like to sleep and eat. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so I was dating this girl, and she said she hates that question. She's like, "Fuck!" They asked me, "What's my favorite hobby?" Like, I don't have a favorite hobby. My favorite hobby is fucking. I was like, wow.
Well, you don't want to say that, but I mean, literally, what are you going to tell them? I don't even care. I'm like eating and sleeping. That's it. Thank you.
I know.
Yeah. What else?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know if kickboxing. I love kickboxing. I'm
That's a
addicted.
hobby, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's hobby. I guess, yeah.
I mean, I come up with stuff that I tell them what I like to do, but that's dumb. So here is the ideal conversation, in my opinion. You match up with a guy. How are you? Good. How are you doing? Great. So, blah, blah, blah. Hey, let's exchange numbers, talk on the phone, text. You meet within 36 hours and
Yeah.
you see if there's chemistry. I don't mind going on a coffee date. A lot of women
You
hate
don't
it.
recommend FaceTime? I'm adamant
It
about that.
depends. Before, I would FaceTime with the guys over 50.
Yeah.
But I have FaceTime with many men, and it went great, but it still sucked in person.
See, I want to talk at least once or twice on the phone, and then I say, look, I haven't been catfished, actually. I haven't, but I'll say that. Like, yeah, I've been catfished, or there are a lot of fake accounts. You don't mind FaceTiming, and if she gets mad, then no.
No, I think FaceTiming is actually really, really good.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. I've done it before.
You can even do it to the apps, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of apps now have that option. You don't even need to give the number to someone. Yeah, you don't need to give out your number yet.
That happened to me. There was one time where I saw the guy's photo and then we FaceTime and he literally had no neck. In the picture he looked, it was really bad. I'm talking about it's just like hanging on his shoulder. I was like, ew, like we're talking and I was like, no, I can't. There's certain things and I just can't.
But it's okay. What's wrong with Nick? He's a good person.
Yeah.
He has a good personality.
Yeah.
Makes good money.
Yeah.
Who cares about his neck?
Yeah, who needs a neck, right?
Yeah,
Necks are
what the fuck?
overrated.
You gotta be kind.
Yeah.
Come on.
You go and have sex with him.
Well, no, it's just his neck you're picking on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
What's
yeah.
wrong? You
Yeah,
be
I could take him to go get lipo, right?
Yeah,
On his neck,
exactly, yeah.
Again, I'm not making fun of anyone. Nobody's perfect. That's my thing. I had a friend that he literally would go out with a woman if she was fat. He didn't care. But if she looked old, that's it. He can't. It gets game over. He's okay. He can work with, 3-4 rolls on her stomach. But if she looks old, that's it. He's done.
I always say, guys, if you're not good looking, you gotta look good. You gotta look good. It's not about being good looking. It's like
You gotta
looking
do the
good,
best you can.
Smell good. It's really, you gotta work with what you got. But I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, take time and cultivate relationships. People would tell me, oh my God, Anastasia, you're going on way too many dates. Like, why? And I'm like, because I'm being proactive. I'm trying to help myself. And it just ruined everything for me. And when people are newly single, they go on dating sites. I'm like, oh my God, it's so bad. Don't, because this and that. Yeah. And then people get scared. They get scared like, oh my God, I don't want to date, And I have some friends that just like, stop, just stop,
Yes, I wouldn't stop. I would take a break. Dating site, guys, dating world is challenging. It's challenging, but
it's very challenging.
Yeah, it's challenging. It's not horrible, but you have to go to so many to find the one. There's so many. Again, I don't want you to get scared, but it's challenging, right?
So we have different views on it. It says statistically, I heard that about 80% of people meet their spouse on dating sites.
See, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, but I think if you're a certain age, it's much harder. I truly 100% do not believe that I'm going to meet a quality man on a dating site. Very few.
But
Very
okay,
few.
okay. So check this out. Not everyone knows this. I met Anastasia to dating site, but indirectly. So I matched up with this girl that was really close friend with her, and then they're not talking no more. And me and Anastasia stayed in touch, and I always was fascinated by her. Like, man, she's so interesting. I like how she talks, and like I want to do something with her one of these days. Like I want to do either radio show, podcast. And she was such a close friend, and they're not even talking no more, but we stayed in touch.
Yeah.
So that's one good thing that came out of dating sites.
Absolutely. And it's true. That can happen where you meet someone, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Let's say you go on a date with a guy, and I've gone on dates where I'm like, God, this guy is so cool. I'm not attracted to him, but I would love to be friends with him and maybe introduce him to someone else. Men get mad if you don't like them, and they just won't do that. I am that person. I introduce people. I do. Nobody introduces me, but I introduce people, and you can meet someone through someone.
Yeah.
So it's like a catch-22. I say don't go on every date, but then like you never know what that person will bring into your life.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, we should wrap it up, huh? We kind of went overboard. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Just to sum it up, really cultivate something before you meet the guy. If you can, video chat, because a lot of people have old ass photos. Save yourself agony. And sometimes video chatting is not enough, but make sure you like this guy. Don't just go to go. A lot of women do that. I'm guilty of that. I'm not going to do that anymore. Even if I'm going to go on one date every 3 months, I rather do that than just go because I'm bored, because you get frustrated. You lower your standards. You go on a date, and then when the guy doesn't call you or something, you get mad. You're like, oh my God, I did him a favor. You don't want to be ghosted by some nasty dude. Trust me.
I've noticed it doesn't even get to that. Like most men are not that bright. They're very impulsive. They're very like get dirty and nasty fast. It doesn't even get to that. Like right away, they're going to send you a dick pic.
Well, there are men like that, and it's not that they're stupid. I truly believe that men just don't even care anymore, especially in a big town like LA. It's a jungle. Oh, this bitch thinks she's special. Okay, next.
No, but I like the video clip, the video dick. Come on, say that real quick.
Oh God!
Before wrapping, see, way better than dick clip.
This just so I'll be quick. This is embarrassing, but okay. So I matched up with a guy, and we talked. We video chatted. I mean, we got along great. He lived a little further than I would have liked, but it's okay. I figured, I don't really like the guys in my area. This guy was intelligent. He was attractive. He wasn't short. I mean, just everything matched up. Right? So then he told me, okay, let's video chat at 7. So 7, I go, you ready? He goes, yeah. So I call him. He's in the shower. I could see him from his shoulders up. I'm like, let me call you back. He goes, no, it's okay. All right, so we're talking. And I'm like, no, really, let me call you back. And he goes, no, I'm not. And I see him run across. He was naked. I'm like, oh my God, okay. And then fine, so he sits down in a chair, naked. We're talking, and he's covering himself. And all of a sudden, I notice he's like lowering the phone on. It's like this guy was a flasher. He wanted me to see him naked. Yeah. I was so uncomfortable. I was like, "What the hell?"
You saw the eggplant.
I did. I'm like, why would he do this?
And he made it very subtle.
Very subtle.
It was just moving the camera.
And I'm like, okay, well, I need to go. I'll talk to you later. I hung up, and I'm like, what just happened? Was it my imagination? So I reached out to some of my friends, and they're like, nobody does that.
He said bye, or and then as he was turning off the camera, he waited 2 seconds. Yeah. I
think he was trying to impress me, and I was just like, did I want to see him naked? No, not then and there. We would have eventually gotten there, but he's so sleazy that he thought that it would be really interesting.
And you brought it up to his attention.
Yeah,
what did he say?
I did. So I asked a couple of my friends, and they're like, that's not I really thought it was an accident.
No.
I give men the benefit of the doubt, and I texted him. I said, I have to admit, you made me feel really uncomfortable. I did not want to see that. and I think that it's not
Well,
going to
you
work.
do know that soon.
No, not that
Come
soon.
on.
Obviously. Not
Have some
anytime soon.
pizzazz, guys.
Not anytime
Be
soon.
smooth,
And
slick.
this guy ruined everything that could have been by being sleazy. And I swear, I thought the guy would have said, no, Anastasia, it was an accident. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm so sorry. I wasn't trying to flash myself. It's just hot. I live by myself. I like to walk around naked. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There's people that like to walk around naked. Who am I to judge, right?
Exactly.
But when I told him I don't think it's going to work out, he goes, okay, yeah, no problem. He didn't apologize. He didn't say shit. He said, okay, yeah, no problem.
See, that's his MO. Like, he does that with every woman.
I felt so violated. I'm like, why? Why did he have to do this? I actually really wanted to meet this guy because we
he's
clicked.
like, enough talking. He's a little preview.
It's just
Okay.
it's just
Like a movie
disgusting.
trailer.
It's like the problem with these men is they just cannot wait. If you play your cards right, it's gonna happen. Just be classy. Don't do shit like that.
Yeah, no, they don't. No, that's true. They don't. That's so funny.
I forget because Zedicus, I tell him these things and he laughs at my bad
They're
jokes.
so crazy because I think sometimes like she's making it up.
I'm
like,
not.
no, she showed me that clip. I was dying laughing.
Yeah.
She showed it to me. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for listening all the way, and we will try to upload an episode by Tuesday every week, maybe Wednesday the latest.
Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
We started off strong with 3 episodes so you guys can get a taste, but it's going to be once a week. We don't want to spoil you guys, right?
Yeah, three a week is too much. Yeah,
we
can't.
have lives.
Yeah.
Some of us work 8 to 5.
Exactly.
Not Zedicus, me.
No, I don't. I work, guys. I make my own schedule. The thing is, dogs don't care when you train them. That's the great thing about them. Dogs don't care when you train them. I go grab them whenever I
Companies
want.
care. When you're in the IT field, you have to work 8 to 5.
I work very hard to be my own boss. So yeah, woof. They don't care.
And I'm very proud of him. I think he's a genius for coming up with that job that he created for himself.
Thank you.
And one day I hope to do that too. Not with dogs, obviously.
Yeah. No, I know.
But
this is somewhat related to dogs, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be in touch.
Have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and you'll hear from us very soon.
All right, guys. Take care. Woof.